In the dark, early days of World War II, as Europe fell under the weight of Nazi forces, few people believed a single tiny battle could alter the course of the entire war. Yet, in a small, seemingly insignificant place, a clash would unfold that forever changed the future. It wasn't a massive offensive or a grand invasion. It was an unexpected encounter, a battle many expected to end in quick defeat. But instead, it became a powerful turning point. The story began on a cold, mist-covered morning. German soldiers, confident and well-trained, marched through this area, aiming to secure a strategic passageway. They didn't expect much resistance. After all, their forces had crushed much larger armies and taken entire nations with brutal speed. But what they didn't know was that the defenders here had nothing left to lose. This small force, outnumbered and outgunned, decided to make a stand, a decision that would ripple through history. As the German forces advanced, their confidence seemed unshakable. They believed this would be a quick operation, swift, decisive, and unchallenged. But the small band of defenders had planned to make every inch costly for the enemy. They launched a surprise attack, striking hard and fast. The sound of gunfire echoed through the pass, breaking the morning silence. German soldiers, caught off guard, scrambled to reorganize as the defenders' fierce resistance grew stronger. Despite being outnumbered, the defenders knew the terrain well. They used every rock, every narrow corner to their advantage. With each hour that passed, German forces found themselves stuck, fighting against an enemy they had underestimated. As news spread up the chain of command, the Germans grew desperate to break through, fearing that this unexpected delay could throw off their entire strategy. The tiny battle was turning into a fierce clash, and both sides began to realize that this was no ordinary skirmish. The Germans eventually managed to break through, but the battle had taken a toll. They'd lost precious time, resources, and morale. Their carefully laid plans were now in disarray. This tiny battle forced them to delay key operations, allowing Allied forces to regroup and strategize. What should have been a small blip on their path to dominance became a severe setback, one that affected their larger plans across Europe. Back in Berlin, commanders fumed as reports poured in. A single, unexpected clash had disrupted their timeline. This wasn't just a delay. It was a crack in the Nazi war machine. Allies, hearing of this resistance, found new hope. What once felt like an unstoppable enemy suddenly seemed vulnerable, and word of the defenders' courage spread, inspiring soldiers and civilians alike. The message was clear. Even the smallest battles could alter the fate of nations. In the years that followed, historians look back on this battle as a defining moment. Though small in scale, it became a symbol of resilience and the idea that even the most overwhelming force could be stopped by a determined few. The defenders who held their ground that day became heroes, their actions inspiring generations to believe that courage could overcome any odds. For the Allied forces, this battle reshaped their approach, giving them the morale boost they needed at a critical time. The Nazis' momentary stumble here marked the beginning of larger cracks in their plans, weakening their hold on Europe and eventually paving the way for their downfall. The story of this small yet powerful clash remains a testament to the impact of individual bravery in the face of impossible odds. A reminder that sometimes, the biggest changes start with the smallest battles.